All right, hello and thank you for the wait, ladies and gentlemen. But we are back for week 2 of the PSU LCS. Once again, I'm Dom, Infamous Trash, joined here today by the ever wonderful Devin. Good to have you back.
Hello, it's PSU LCS commissioner on the stream.
Yeah, poggers, as some might say. Already up here. The draft is already concluded in terms of, because we're using that third-party stuff that I don't have a graphic still for, because that's going to take a little bit of time for me to get ready. But we will have the actual game in terms of champions selected up here in just a second. I just realized I need to get draft music queued up. Yep, and we are into picks and bans. All right. We already know what's coming, but we can still go over it nonetheless. Orianna banned out by Monster Energy. They're going to target out Nico Ree. Bit of a stable champ pool, for sure. You have the Orianna, the Vel'Koz, the Control Mages are a big part of his playstyle. Orianna especially is a very, very good blind pick for him. So, nice to see them banning that out. Ivern, somehow PSU LCS is just ivernplayers.jpg. So, you know, apparently that's just the meta. This league is Ivern is just god tier jungler. It needs to be banned or picked every game.
Yep. Top laner Lucia Rain taking a set here was the 5th pick on the blue side this game, and then they take the Nasus in response on R5. So very interesting to see Renaxia's debut in Fall PSU LCS 2021. Yes, dragged out of retirement by his team to sub for one game here at the very least. Nasus very spicy pick. D Kayn gonna be putting it down this game. We'll also see the Kayn and the Vel'Koz as well as the Mumu, Yasuo here. A lot of CC actually on the side of Monster Energy team with that Mumu pick and the set for the follow-up. Be very, very interesting to see how they decide to play out some of these team fights.
Absolutely. I mean, normally when we see the Yasuo, you're looking for some kind of knock-up. Yeah, you do have set with the both the Showstopper and the Facebreaker. Both count as knock-ups if you can actually be quick enough with Yasuo's last breath to actually click. But for the most part, just kind of setting up a lot of CC change. You have the Nami with the wave for knock-up that just got locked in. That was picked, I think it was a B4.
Yeah, it was B4.
On first draft. But otherwise, just a lot of lockdown CC, which really benefits the Ziggs in bot lane. With the Qs, with the E, with the R, just piling on all this AoE denial damage when you can't move can be very, very lethal. It also makes a lot of champions that Krog has on their side quite difficult to play. The Vel'Koz being one in particular that very much lacks mobility or really any type of power to reposition quickly. So as soon as you can lock down an area and deny him out, he becomes very hard to pilot. Nasus as well has a very hard time getting involved in fights when he has area denial against him. It's just kind of one of the natures of those champions that just kind of runs at you, and Nasus a little bit more so than stuff like Darius, because Darius and Garen and them at least have some type of pseudo gap closer or engage device with the E pull on Darius, or Garen has the Q, which increases tenacity for slows and such, but not really any tool with that over on Krog's side here besides maybe the Black Shield for Morgana, which you're not necessarily going to want to use to have a Nasus just run at the enemy team. So definitely going to be interesting here for Krog to come out and get moving here in a lot of these later game team fights.
Yeah, so gonna be quite interesting. Looking at the lane, Ziggs, Nami should really just destroy the Ezreal Morgana bot lane. It will be pretty uneven laning phase. As well, we have the president of the PSU LCS, PSU League of Legends Club, Concal on the Ziggs, just hitting Diamond in the last 3 weeks or so. Also, Lucia Rain, Diamond 1 top laner, facing off against Renaxia, who is formerly the highest KDA PSU LCS back in the day. But we'll see how this matchup plays out here. Overall, my opinion is that blue side has a bit of a draft advantage.
Yeah, definitely.
But there's always a chance of comebacks though, considering how volatile some of these games can be.
I mean, for PSU LCS in general, I mean, the favored team historically has been the team that team fights. We do have exceptions like that. We saw it last week. The game that was streamed last Thursday, I believe, was another exception to that rule where laners just got ahead and were able to push through. But in general, it is going to be the team fight team that's going to come out on top in all these matchups. And when you look at these two teams, you look at the area denial, you look at the CC, you look at the ability to engage, disengage, peel back, re-engage. Monster's got a lot of these tools available to them. And while Krog does have some very good tools as well on their side, Kayn being very slippery, Morgana allowing a lot more mobility and freedom for Kayn, for Nasus to really do their thing in team fights, it does become very hard to navigate once that black shield goes down. You have an immobile carry in terms of Vel'Koz, who is very easy to engage on for either Lichy Rain or Mikey Milk. Both of these champions can be very easy to get on top of Vel'Koz. It's one of the reasons we don't see him mid lane very much anymore. Kayn and Nasus can have a hard time against such immense amounts of CC. Because if they ever go into a fight with those cooldowns still available on Mikey Milk, on Lichy Rain, on Altucool, there's a very, very strong chance of them just being caught in the CC chain and then burst down and taken out before they can really do anything. While Nasus is very tanky, Kayn, his innate survivability comes from more slipperiness than tankiness, so could certainly see him get bursted down in a lot of these mid to late game team fights once MET really starts getting that death ball style composition down. Because once he's got to get a lead, I don't mind them going for the ARAM style of play as long as they're not giving up too many waves on the sides. You can realistically see this team just group up, go mid, dive them enemy team if they want to, from a decent, like if you're talking 3-4K gold lead in the mid game and a dragon advantage. That's a very dangerous composition against what you have on Krog, which is a lot more pick oriented.
Yeah, one thing I'm curious about to see is if Kayn would decide to go blue or red Kayn this game. Obviously, I do think that blue Kayn is generally actually better now, but
yes,
it would be quite difficult to actually get blue Kayn unless you're constantly just ganking bot lane, considering all three of their top set is melees. So they might just be pushed towards red Kayn. But in this game, it might actually be even better to go red Kayn to provide the front line that you need for the Vel'Koz and the Ezreal to function. Even though you have the Nasus. Nasus does serve as a front line, but for the most part, he doesn't really have good target access this game in terms of team fights. So
yeah, Nasus has a very hard time in this one. Yasuo's probably his closest thing that he can really get on and damage to, because Lichy Rain should be perfectly capable on the set pick to deal with a Nasus, especially in the early to mid game, and then Yasuo, once Nasus gets that, you're hitting that 400 or 500 stack marker. Not too much that champion's going to be really doing against a Nasus, but we are loaded on into game for game 1, maybe eventually. We're getting there, it would look like. We're kind of glitched out. There we go.
League of Legends Riot Games.
Yeah, a little PSU internet probably mixed in there doesn't help the mixture either, but we do have started game 1 here. Monster Energy team versus Korean Open GG. As we start getting up here for the 5 points. I don't think either of these teams has a very good level 1, even with new Amumu, to really be able to fight these ones out. Yeah, you can bank off the Morgana buying, but Hungry Hawk not looking like they're going to want to go off that one. Oh, does he get the... he doesn't get the XP. Unlucky by Lichy Rain. We also have the auto tech glitch
Auto
going
Q.
on, so I will...
Didn't level up Q there, so that's why he didn't get it.
Oh, he had Q.
No, he didn't have it.
Oh, he didn't? Never mind then.
Yeah, I just checked.
It's a hard glitch. I had the thing where you don't see auto attacks, so it was kind of a guesswork thing. I think we have them now. We'll see, but I'm not sure why this spectator glitch is a thing, but it is. So we'll just keep dealing with it until Riot fixes it.
Yep. Works fine for me, but well, it's Riot Games, so can't really tell what's gonna happen.
Who knows? Everyone's client is different. It has its own little problems.
Local quirks.
Quirks. Yeah, it's like an MHA episode. Only it's all bad.
Pops that ward in the Tribush over invade, so it looks like we have plenty of blue side vision actually across the rivers for both Scuttles and Tribush. I do believe they'll expire by the time
they should all expire. They'd have to be placing those wards now for it to really be up for grab. Yeah. So that
vision, for watching for invades rather than anything.
It's nice, but it's not impactful. Ooh, Lichy Rain, I think misplaying this level 1 a little bit. Could have definitely had the face breaker, but a little late on the pull there. And I'm expecting this to be a little bit more of a chill early game, especially up till we get these first crowds. Both the junglers more looking to farm up before first ganks. Maybe a Mumu, the only one who's really gonna be looking for anything super early. But neither of these bot lanes wanting to play that aggressive from either side. Should be a very slow early game.
You know, honestly, I do believe that blue side bot lane can actually abuse this lane state a bit more. Looks like a fight here. Level 2 gained by Lychee Rain before Renaxia.
Yep.
But I was saying, yeah, sorry, go ahead.
He grabs the face breaker, he grabs a few auto attacks, just kind of poking the Nasus out. Of course, has that innate auto attack sustain, so the more red can go up and hit those creeps, the better off he's going to be. Should be doing just fine, though. We are going to have to watch that lane priority, as Lychee Rain could be generating here for Mikey Milk as both junglers pathing into this topside jungle, though Mikey Milk a little bit behind on the clear.
Yeah, Kayn is just really fast at clearing, especially clearing those big camps like Raptors and Wolves. So it's to be expected to be able to clear out these camps a lot faster. Mikey Milk both on the red buff. Looks like Kayn will finish that first. Looks like he's skipping the Krugs to go for a topside gank potentially.
Yeah, because you just look for form or otherwise. Not too much else to do here.
Matchup not too easy for Vel'Koz.
No, it is not easy at all. This is a pretty tragically bad matchup, actually, for a Vel'Koz player. You can't walk up to wave to farm. You can't clear wave. You can't walk up to clear the wave and force it out. And Yasuo can immune pretty much all of your setup and damage with Wind Wall. So it's just really hard to work around.
Pretty good read from Codfather to trade sides there for bot scuttle instead of going for top one.
Knows he bot Prowl is probably around even. Now this team's really good at roaming up and has the ability for mid to get Prowl very easily if he wants to.
Nighthawk freezing bot lane here after the attempted crash by Concal, but Concal does have the TP advantage, so he will be able to just go back in the lane whenever he wants if he wants to use that.
I think if he wants to look here now, it'd probably be a good time as mid getting ganked. Mikey Milk finds with CC, finds the follow-up, the Ignite down. You can hear your flashes away, but First Blood able to find because that Bandage Toss comes in pairs now. And Larky Ball bot lane, bopped away. Hungry Hawk is stunned up. No more Black Shield, one more Q, and a Concal doesn't manage to grab the kill. Nightlark surviving with a heal as the Dark Binding Flash comes through, and that is 2 summoners burned for just the Concal TP, which is going to be used anyway, and I'd say very well done by the Ziggs and Nami.
Yeah, great usage that TP did to try to force that situation for Nighthawk, getting that early tier back. Not sure if that's actually necessarily the best build in this situation. I have spoken to Rooks about building Ziggs, especially for ADC or for bot lane, and I do believe that you don't actually want to go tier that often, but still good usage of that TP here. And I'm not sure if he actually has Virtual Mark here, or if it's a little bit tussle here.
Yeah, it should be fine. Nasus is pretty survivable early. He said not going to have a lot of that damage off this first buy of just a Ruby Crystal, so should be fine.
Honka did not go for the Vicious Strike. We have gank and bot lane potentially.
Yeah, he's looking for it. Probably just going for stacks. It's top lane. We're just going to focus on more trading, I guess. Good W away from Concal. As nothing going to stick here from the Krog bot lane. And, I mean, maybe that's the reason. I mean, this tier look is you look at your Concal, it's like, alright, we can fight, we have poke, but neither of these lanes are all that aggressive. I'm not going to be overly punished from going tier in this matchup, so... Yeah. Especially considering Ezreal also builds the tier, and I stack it better early on, so... Not a terrible look here in terms of itemization. It's certainly not behind the enemy AD carry. Very good use of Ulti with the Riptide there to make sure that he gets both himself healed up, as well as Concal, and does damage to Hungry Hawk. Always like to see when you see Nami bot lane get those double waves. Mid lane, possibly looking for another gank attempt. I don't think Nico Ri is in that much danger, though.
He will be fine.
He is absolutely okay here, though, as the Yasuo Vel'Koz matchup goes. Now that Yasuo has some attack speed, becomes very feels bad, man.
Becomes pure wave clear, honestly.
Wave clear, except Vel'Koz can't actually wave clear, and it's really cool. Can you actually? I'm not sure if you can give a check of what Vel'Koz is, what Nico's maxing.
Nico Ri is maxing Q here.
Ah, let's see. I'm not a fan of that one. I think in this
I've
matchup,
heard that you
put 3 ranks in W and then you max Q is the generalized thing with Vel'Koz mid, because 3 stacks W gets you to a point where once you get your first item, especially, you start just one-shotting waves with the W procs, the double W and then QE into wave, and you will kill the wave. Instead, late Black Shield bot lane, but shouldn't amount to anything. Instead, just going for the Q max because you don't have any wave clear early. Oh, bomb! I guess it's to kill. Not even.
Hong shooting from the 3-pointer line. Not really, but
I don't know if that's a 3-point line. That's an alley-oop. That's an alley-oop.
Walking up, dismantling Hungry Hawk 24 there. It's bad. 2v2 kill basically.
This Vel'Koz match is abysmal now without the wave clear advantage. You're just really, when you max Q, you're going for a poke lane. You're going to do as much damage as possible with the skill shots, and against Yasuo, that's just not going to be possible. You're not going to be consistent enough on the Qs to really do the damage, so you might as well just do the 3 points of W, or even just max W outright if you really wanted to and go for full wave clear. It's a little bit
what
less
I want to
damage
see. What I want to see this game is Kong using his Prio actually to make a move towards Herald, and then crash Herald into top lane here to really force Nasus out of lane. We have a little bit of tussle going on here.
Problem. Nightlark almost find the kill. Flash away from all too cool for now. Exhaust still available. Concal, no more mana and no TP, so going to be a little bit of an awkward reset.
Yeah, it's very difficult for Nasus here, but he is still doing decently in these trades.
Yeah, Nasus is got the Sheen back. He's feeling pretty good. If we look at the stacks, just real quick.
Had a Soul Siphon.
Yeah,
so
still
pretty well.
Yeah, 96 stacks, looking very, very nice actually for how this lane has been currently running, and has not been pressured at all by Amumu.
Yeah, so. I honestly would like to see more dives attempts towards this to really get Snowball set, because bot lane is just an auto-winning matchup regardless of you can't really gank things no matter what. By the side of Codfather.
Ooh, Leeching Rain. A little bit of
hey, well, they're so broken, by the way.
I mean, mechanical misplay on the W as well. Did not, I think, have enough the grit stored up. Yeah, Leeching Rain does have the Showstopper. Yeah, can go back into the Amumu. Leeching Rain, though, very low.
Versus that money.
Has the W, has the flash, and there's the damage. Both times the stun, the double ultimate, the double Showstopper, and the double Haymaker come together for a double kill over to Mikey Milk.
Yeah, great
very
setup.
Nicely done.
Great bait from Leechy Rain there. Or maybe just a little bit of over-aggression from Codfather, not knowing where Mumu is in that situation.
A little lack of tracking. And again, Leechy Rain, well played on the Showstopper to get Kayn and force Red Nexala to come closer to the Amumu and really set up the play more fluidly. So, well played there as Concal just chipping away at this turret in bot lane, as Ziggs are like to do.
One of the possible plays here is actually go for the hero. Oh, they are going for the hero right now. So one of the possible plays here is for Sett to rotate bot here, and then Ziggs to go move topside, and then Ziggs to hero plus Satchel topside. Just one of the possible plays though.
It's definitely a mover I don't think they're going to be doing here yet. Riptail though secured. Mikey Milk going to be taking that one around, and we do have a little shy here of 4 minutes, about 3:15 before these plates start falling off, so plenty of time to try to look for a play as Nightlark Arcade shooting forward, not yet finding the proc on Concal. Wave not finding it either. Concal running away, has a double bomb, does go down, trades one back. All too cool though, gets tagged, and it does end up being the 2-for-1 in bot lane over to the side of Hungry Hawk and Nightlark. I think All Too Cool getting chunked down a little bit too much for that play. Either way, Concal still has the TP available, so should be getting back to lane pretty much scot-free, even with the double kill, and it is on the Morgana, not the Ezreal. So if you're Monster Hunter, you're still feeling pretty okay about that. You could be in trouble. Good knock up for the stun, but the last breath still coming through. Gets a little extra armor pen, but that cooldown very short. Yeah, rest in peace, buddy. Mikey Milk on a rampage. Easy kill. Thank you for 300 gold.
Okay, Leechy Rain, what's he gonna do here?
Oh,
Showstopper?
Showstopper. Nasus though with the ultimate. Grabs the Wither.
Camera.
Fake camera. Mikey Milk in the 2v1. Finds the ultimate. The flash. The blast cone, and he's away.
Ziggs is still there.
Leechy Rain does have to fall back after Red Nexala goes down very low. Krusty Pizza also covering his jungler here. Codfather still looking.
Oh.
Krusty Pizza
Flash
going.
with it.
Ooh, nice flash. But still the pursuit. Krusty Pizza needs one more Q. Finds it. Kane, though, has the ultimate. Walks into the dark finding, and it is a little doomed. As the
Very
shutdown
late
does
wind wall.
go to Nightlark. Yeah, I should have used it on the initial binding. As Cool down as well to the Disintegration Ray. As these just feel like almost random kills coming through here for the side of Frog. Could use the ulti though by Nika Nikari regardless. TP up top lane as well by Red Nexla to come back after the dive. Will go down a fair bit of CS, but all in all, blue team red side slowly getting their way back into it. 4K the disadvantage is Nightlark and Hungry Hawk in trouble potentially. Hungry Hawk getting tagged again, but instead it will be Mikey Milk backing away.
Yep. It's got Drake coming up in 14 seconds, 13 seconds. Herald's still not being used yet. Really should just use a bot lane here.
Yeah,
Crash
should
that,
just
do
do
the
it. Should
tower.
just crash this, get the plating, and it looks like they're trying to ping on the mid turret. So
Got the satchel. So
Nice.
looks like it'll be a mid turret here. So they unlock 2 outer turrets here, one within the course of 30 seconds. It's gonna miss the second timing, but that's not a big deal. So we'll take that mid.
yeah,
Turrets.
might actually take the whole turret.
Push.
Yeah,
Yep,
Recipe
and then-
just can get the Hurt turret. Fantastically done. Plating and full turret down is great option.
Then we'll be taking that Drake here. So in terms of objectives and gold lead, Monster Energy team is just solid in control. Looks
Yeah,
like
he
we have the
gets
red form
second
here
charge
actually.
Godfather looking for a Krusty Pizza, but has the dash. Perfectly safe. Has the wind wall as well, still available. All is well and good, and from just generally good play, good farming in lanes, and good early pressure here by Mikey Milk. About a 4K gold lead. Actually, 6K. It's a 6K gold lead out of pretty much just the Herald play and a few dragons, which is quite insane for how this game's gone. Only 6-4 to the 6K gold lead. Very impressive lane states for the side of Monster Energy as this game continues. G-Rain is getting a little worked here by Red Nexla.
Are we doing anything massive? Just stacking, just
Just
chilling,
stacking, he's good.
just vibing. No Black Shield is available. All too cool. Maybe
Right.
Galkali here.
Yeah,
Flash
he's
away.
possibly dead. Flashes into the corrupted soil as Nightlark. Not knocked up yet. Good sidestep on that.
Satchel.
But Krusty Pizza still looking for it. Satchel back in, but it actually makes Krusty Pizza miss as he tries to flash, but your wind wall doesn't block the Vel'Koz ulti. The Mikey Milk does find the 2-man ulti, does find the bandage shot. The barrier comes out. Mikey Milk trying to kite away. Does manage to do it, but Krusty Pizza still going down. Red Nexla is still trading with Itchy Rain, but this time Litchy Rain finds the dive. Fight though continuing mid. Concal pops the
Onboard
ult.
Crash
Krusty
Pass.
Pizza. Hungry Hawk goes very low, does fall to Leandre as Concal goes on a killing spree. All too cool has the healing. Godfather pushed out of the wall by the satchel, finds one in return though. Concal, no more mana to be had. Concal finds another
Hey,
satchel. Oh!
free throw line.
Oh!
Okay, movement. Okay.
The bandage toss makes it work, and Mikey Milk finds another one.
Well, like to see a Chemtech Putrefier purchase this game. Coming
I
from
think we
Nami here.
I think we just go Sunfire.
Wow, the moon was sitting on 4,300 gold right now.
Yeah, he still does have a Mythic in
By the way.
inventory. So,
Okay, he is what they
he's
call
still taking camps.
tempo
Player. He does not care.
Tempo.
Does
Tempo's
not care.
crazy, right?
He's stocking up the bank.
Okay, he better be recalling on this pit.
Yeah, he better be recalling after these camps are done. He definitely should recall.
Through Chemtech. Okay, it's crazy. Okay, better start recalling right now. Okay. Oof.
Okay, we have to reset.
Get that Sunfire and then get that Brambles vest.
Yep.
Chilling.
Ooh, nice pull back by Lucy Rain here. Max range on the face
Godfather's
breaker.
here.
Yeah, Godfather is here. No face breaker available.
Maybe a front
Still
here.
does have the haymaker though. The Nexla should be able to punch this one
That's
out.
all
Good
damage.
showstopper, and there's no chance for Godfather to even respond with the Umbral Trespass. Lucy Rain just finds one, looking for Red Nexella, finds the pullback again. Forward Drinker gonna do some damage, but otherwise Lychee Rain doing some set things, but can't how much set
Goon
things can
squad?
do. 3v1 now. Nico Reed going in melee range. Other set might not be the best idea as he's looking for an next area. Here comes the wave to pop him up. Nightlark on the wrong side of the rift. As all too cool kiting back. Lychee Rain going very low. Finds a knockup, and that's an easy kill with the help of Krusty Pizza, and the Goon squad finds Goons in return. As the top lane
Someone's
siege
lagging a little
continues.
bit. Kappa.
This is just a siege here from the side of Monster. They are ludicrously far ahead for the perceived gold, almost 11k in the lead. As Crusty Pizza engaged on, there comes the minion disintegration.
Godfather kind of might be griefing a little bit here.
Finds Amber Trespass, but I think he's dead regardless.
Okay,
oh my goodness, the healing! And Concal might be in trouble, but All Too Cool has him for the heals. And Lychee Rain, nothing left for Dikari. Down by the 3-point lane.
Okay, Tormented Soil.
Yeah, Tormented Soil. Concal going very low, but he has the Nami, he has the healing, and he has a kill as well.
Nylark looking for the angle here. The Arcane Ships forward. Will be backing off, most likely.
Yeah, not
Mikey
too much.
Milk is still on the chase here. It could be a frag.
Nylark is super
overzealous
here. Yeah, he really wants to try to finish these kills. Doesn't get tagged just yet. Oh, very ambitious Bandage toss, and now, I mean, he has a second cooldown still. Second cooldown. Arcane Shift does manage to split the difference.
I think someone's lagging right now. PSU, check PSU real quick. Capo.
Nylark does not get punished for the overextension. Still though, 10k gold in the lead after the sudden burst of kills, and Monster Energy looking pretty well in setup to just end this game quick.
Looking for this stray coming about 10 seconds now. Lychee Rain looking for the angle here. Knocked up.
This is a little overzealous potentially. Hungry Hawk does find Tormented Soil and the Binding. Is Lychee Rain not really too much else to go here? Is Red also in the area.
And the Showstopper still.
Yeah, still has everything. It's just going to be chucked
out.
Lot of
healing.
Waiting on Concal though. Still a wild way off. Does have the bomb as the fight breaks out. So can give some ranged artillery support. Mikey Milk doesn't see the first cooldown. Does get the dragon as the wave comes in. Doesn't find anyone just yet. All Too Cool walking forward, getting chucked low. Damage there. Belcause has one kill already with the bomb. And the knockup will finish off everybody else. There's no rest, no respite for the side of Frog. They will all fall to Concal. Looking for the Penta. Red. Oh, but Red, he has to kill. The Q, the flash isn't enough. It's just a death. And the Penta is not given. RIP. Red gonna do what he can, but there's not much else to be had.
Jalen, if you're watching this stream, cringe AF. Should have given it to the homie.
Jalen, not a homie. Does get 1,000 gold for his trouble though, so certainly worth for him. And that will keep the gold lead at a cool 11,000 for the side of Monster. And again, this is just kind of waiting on the Baron to spawn in 15 seconds, and then this should be an easy closeout from there.
I spied that Oblivion Orb in the inventory. Transfer to Royal Nomicon.
It's going for it's not Merlot, it's Petrifier.
No, in Ziggs.
Oh yeah, I don't know. Wait, yeah. Why does Conga have?
Just man, you got Petrifier, dog. The hell, boy. All right,
yeah.
So Chase going Lychee Rain here.
He's fine.
He'll be chilling.
He is.
He's chilling,
man. He is.
Man, just get that decap here though. Decap is so huge. Unlucky.
Yeah, I think decap is definitely better than Morels, especially when you have Petrifier and Amumu already building Grievous as well. It's just kind of not worth.
And your whole team is AD, so.
Yeah, not worth.
It's all good. I will be coaching him after this game.
Yeah, coaching is I don't know how much else he needs. 10 and 2 on the Ziggs, certainly a monster performance from Concal thus far on the Ziggs pick. And
quite well with that pick. One of the strongest champions on us in that game with the with the flex for mid ADC. Great wave clear, quick damage, great safety. Just
Godfather might just be dead here. That's a red buff Yasuo. He does a lot of damage. Almost Trespass not going to really mean too much to stall for time as everybody not going to hit. Yeah, Godfather just dead. No broken cane stuff this time. Red Next going to see if he can clean the fight though. Gets a lot of damage on Crusty Pizza. Shield doesn't grow quite a lot as it comes to the last round. Red Next just CC'd and take it down. Concal gets that kill, but might go down himself. Can he dodge the Q? No! Ezreal able to find it. Nightmare.
He should run at the flank. Showstopper.
Yeah, just finds out Nika. Good face breaker back in, but can't find it off of the Haymaker. Will just have to settle for punching the Void Monster to death.
There was a question about bans in chat. They were on blue side was Orianna, Jhin, Yone, Ornn, Aatrox. So red side was Riven, Ivern, Ashe, Nautilus, and Leona.
Yeah, this should be, again, this is just kind of what we were waiting on, is the fight to break out, Baron to be taken, and the game to be ended. So it's 21 minutes. 12k gold lead and some change. Yep, this one should be finished up right quick. We also have Soul coming up here in a minute 30. I'm not sure if they're going to go for that or go for the Siege. Either or. Perfectly fine here for the side of Monster. It's going to be pretty hard to throw from this point with the team fighting team comp. That's so hard to play into. It's going to take a series of pretty bad screw-ups and pretty big outplays. Because even with scaling like Nasus, Ezreal, and Vel'Koz, and Kayn, it's a long
Too easy
way
to
off.
force onto.
It is a long way off.
No flame, but Nightlark is not ruler, so don't think it'll happen.
No, also building the Turbo Nerf Divine Sunderer build, which is fine. I think Trinity Force is probably a little bit more standard nowadays, but
Honestly, Ezreal is not that good right now. So
yeah.
Especially against Ziggs, where you can't actually play the game.
There's not much that's good into Ziggs in general, though.
The only champ that's good into Ziggs is Kalista, and no one can play that champ.
True.
Maybe Vayne if you're like really good at Vayne, but you need hard CCs. So.
Yeah, let's fight break out of here.
And
Hungry
Hawk
is deceased.
Picked up by all too cool.
Yep.
Ziggs, yeah, you can't play marksman into it, just like Kalista.
Oh, by Godfather, you have checked into the wrong jungler's area, as you will take the Umbral Trespass in. Right next to us, do a lot of damage to Sugar Bells, but
It's
not
not healing,
Mikey
but
Milk.
not enough.
Yeah, Crusty Pizza grabs that one. Going in, might not be the target you want to go in under Red Nextella. You do a lot of damage, but that Wither will make you quite worthless. Flank here from Lich Rain, setting up for the rest of the team, but he might be in 1v3 here for a little bit too long. Finds the face for anything to degree of good flash dodge. Sweet spot. Meanwhile, Cal
Haymaker's huge,
laying
though.
siege.
Concal
onto
be
Frog.
bombing homies right now.
Yep, there comes.
You be bombing. Oh my god, that's
turning
all.
his base raised in, and oh, the setup off that satchel charge into Showstopper. Great flash Haymaker as well. Secures on Nightlark. Crusty Beast knocking it out. He's doing a lot of work. Finds one triple kill over to Lich Rain, looking for the Quadra. Finds it with the Haymaker.
That's all the damage.
Penta though stolen away. Once again, this time it's going to all too cool. So with 2 Quadras, no turrets lost, no objectives dropped. It's perfect in everything but death. Monster Energy gonna finish this out cleanly in sub 25 minutes, ending on almost a 19k gold lead. Ladies and gentlemen, that is what we call GG well played.
GG. Yeah, very solid performance from basically every lane on the side of Monster Energy team. The only lane that kind of was a little bit Kappa was mid lane, but even then, I think Nico Ray actually played that lane very well considering the situation he was in.
Considering matchup and maxing the wrong ability.
Yeah, I do not. I mean, why the hell we got a bit mortar reminder on Yasuo? God damn, whatever. Anyways, very well performed from the side of Monster Energy team. A valiant effort from the side of Korean OpenGG, but regardless, maybe we can see what happens on the second game here.
Yep. I'm not able to load anything on my client, so we'll wait for some other stuff to go into. But yeah, well played game here for Moss. That is, I mean, you can tell it's clean when you get stuff like those 10k, 11k gold leads before 20 minutes, and it's not even like a high kill count. Like we're going into 20 minutes with only 10 kills. That's not like that insane of a kill count for PSU LCS. That's not that insane of a kill count for any league by 20 minutes. Even LCS generally has not necessarily somewhere between half a kill and a kill a minute, so it's not just set in stone with that. So with a very low kill game overall, still able to come out with a very, very impressive gold lead from the early game, a very impressive objective control, and that's the kind of stuff you want to see out of PSU LCS in the fall. These teams are supposed to be balanced on points. They're supposed to be balanced on an average rank system, and that is generally speaking what happens. So whatever amounts from that ends up being just the player's skill differential and how they can do these team fights. And the map awareness in the early game, and I think Monster Energy is showing that they've done a fantastic job with that thus far. I believe they are also coming off of an 0-2 week. falling to the universe last week. So certainly good to see them bouncing back in such a dominant fashion and showing them they know how to play some League.
Indubitably. Yeah. Excited to see the second game here. Kind of curious on what they will do with the draft. Amumu obviously going to be a giga high priority pick, I think, until he gets nerfed. Which is who knows when.
You never
Again,
know, right?
Ziggs.
Right didn't keep him around that long when he was OP at the beginning of the season, so we'll have to see.
And in Ziggs, who is probably the strongest, one of the strongest ADs right now, or one of the strongest picks in general in,
I think
in the meta.
The strongest ball laner right now, for sure.
Yeah, definitely one of the strongest picks in general, and probably the strongest bot laner. Doesn't really have any bad matchups except for like maybe one or two. It's very specific niche matchups. That would be something to keep an eye out on. From that, I mean, just taking a look at the draft here from last game. Vel'Koz blind, not the greatest choice. There's obviously quite a few counters to that. Ziggs, honestly, is one of them. I'm pretty sure.
Where it's skill match. Vel'Koz Ziggs is a skill matchup.
I'm gonna go ahead on the draft.
Yeah, we can't.
I mean, obviously, Yasuo is very difficult, but
yeah. Yasuo, the matchup itself wasn't that good, but even Vel'Koz Ziggs is a skill-based matchup for both sides. Vel'Koz has a little bit of a harder time with it because Ziggs has the indirect fire buff, whereas Vel'Koz you do have to actually hit skill shots.
Mm-hmm.
So there's that skill differential to it, but. In any event, we'll have to see what the adaptations are here for Game 2. I think maybe going for more ease of execution on the side of Krog is definitely going to help them out here. Get a little bit more team coherency, a bit more of a theme. We saw they didn't really have like a team comp in general. They just had a bunch of champions put together that kind of worked well. Not really. Not even that great. They don't necessarily need to counterpick the enemy team really hard. They don't necessarily have to have a good composition in the enemy team, even if it's just team fight v team fight or split push v split push or whatever ends up coming out of that. Just something that they have an identity to work with. That's what I would like to see. So, if nothing else, I just fall back on the 3 S's of League of Legends: sweet, simple, stupid.
Bro.
Good champions, easy to play, easy to execute. So, stuff we can look at here is like bot lane if you want to go for, again, if you want to play team fighting. Give Hungry Hawk Nautilus. Give Hungry Hawk Leona something that's a good engage, good trigger pull. We didn't see them anything that was trigger pulling on the side of Krog last game that they can implement. I think Ezreal's honestly fine if you're going to play it. If you're good enough at Ezreal, I think that's not a very bad champion, very safe champion, very forgiving one. In terms of survivability, now damage dealing, you do have to have a lot of skill to do damage on that champion. You have to hit skill shots. It's required. 1Q can really stunt your auto attacks and your CDR and the rest of your abilities by a ton. So that is very important. If they can get Nico Nicoria on something that's a little bit easier in lane, that's not Vel'Koz. I love that champion. I love it to death. Nico Nicoria, I love that you play Vel'Koz, but he's really bad. He's just bad. And it's unfortunate. Champion's just really bad. It's just an unlucky situation. Again, maybe Codfather takes the Amumu this time around. They can grab the Amumu or some other team fight jungler. I think Kane's honestly not the best pick in the world because you kind of have to play around his form and around his style of play. He ends up being like kind of the center of your team, which can be a different. It's not necessarily hard to execute, but definitely can be a different style. Then Red Nextla. I mean, we've seen this guy in PSUs in the past. Put him on something he can do work on. Put him on the Darius. Put him on the Camille. Put him on these champions that thrive in chaos, and he will generally turn up heads. So, a lot to think about here going into draft.
Yeah. So quickly, just kind of not really. The draft has already started. Kind of quickly, I can just kind of speak it, I guess. Trundle B1, Ivern, Ashe, R1, R2, Jinx, B2, and then waiting for the B3. Carriage, OGG, banned Riven, Yasuo, and the Ziggs. Ziggs to, Ziggs obviously for the Concal Ziggs, Yasuo probably because of the Millionaire, and then Riven banned out against Lichy Rain, who was a Riven player. B3 turns out to be Pyke here, so Jinx Pyke bot lane, pretty solid bot lane here. Will be answered by Ashe Morgana, which is also very, very solid. Jinx Pike is a bit weird in that it's kind of
That's Jink Pike for
Jinx
Concal
Pike
Ultra
for
Cool.
yes. No, it's gonna be for
Nightlark Hungry Hawk.
yeah, not like Hungry Hawk. So maybe Ash
Yeah,
Lulu. Yeah, Ash Lulu instead.
definitely a Pike Jinx would
Yeah,
definitely be an interesting duality of lane. You have one champion that sucks at fighting early and one champion that has to fight early.
bit
It's
of
a
a
it's a
and Ash
rough.
Lulu, very solid duo. We have
Oh,
Ash
super
Lulu
solid.
Ivern. So Lulu Ivern,
Who's the
well, got
carry?
shields for days. So we'll have to see what they decide to pick on Monster Energy team for the mid and top side because that is gonna be deciding how this game goes out. If top laner, aka Alicia Rain, can pick a solid Bruiser or Juggernaut type beat, we very good for Monster Energy team. And then for mid lane, probably want to take AP here because if you're picking Juggernaut for top lane, you don't want to take.
Fizz is definitely one of the
Don't
big
want to have.
ones. Fizz got big buffs this patch, I believe, unless it's next patch, and I'm just don't have my memory in set. But Fizz would be like a big carry assassin champion you could pick for mid lane AP. I'm not really sure what the matchup is, but could see. I don't have it drafted
Yeah,
up, so
yeah.
I'm
I'd
just pulling up
blind,
straws.
probably blind mid lane here and give a counter pick to your best player,
Yeah,
who is Alicia Rain. Looks like it might be an Azir blind.
pretty good.
Well,
I think that's
I don't
fair
know
blind pick.
if Nico Re can play like a Xerath, it's not playable for Azir.
Is
But I'm
Vel'Koz
not sure
up?
if he will. Vel'Koz is not up. Or it is up, yeah. Vel'Koz is even
Yeah,
better here.
Vel'Koz is fine. That's
Well, I would take
perfectly.
Vel'Koz here, honestly.
Yeah, it's perfectly good for
But
Vel'Koz. Azir matchup is fine for Vel'Koz. He just has to play very safe.
you have to play the range, and Azir
Vel'Koz
just
doesn't win the lane necessarily because you can't
yeah.
really push up, or Azir will just kill you with his jungler.
Cho'Gath blind for
Red
Renaxia,
Nextdoor?
I believe. Yeah, and then it'll be a Nakshan mid. So it looks like it might be a lane swap here, since I believe Renaxia actually does quite enjoy playing the Akshan. So maybe taking the Akshan mid into Nick. Yeah. Not sure how many lane swaps are happening here actually, so we have to see.
Yeah,
Uh,
definitely a weird
and then
comp.
we have
You have
a
Jinx, Pike,
Aatrox,
Akshan, and that's your bot 3.
and then we have Aatrox, R5 for the side
For
monster energy
Lich
team
Rain?
for Lich Rain probably. They're
That's
good here actually. A lot of healing, all shielding, all Aatrox catch up.
That is, I believe, if played correctly, and I say I believe, Cho'Gath actually can win that lane.
Yeah, he
His
can.
silence is incredibly potent against Aatrox in particular, and this would be one of those very rare matchups where I think, and this is just from my opinion on Cho'Gath, this is not good, but it's something that I like to do occasionally, is you do the Hail of Blades tech. Where you
Yeah, the tech,
so
the
you
Duckling's Hellblade
you
tech.
silence the Aatrox, so he can't do anything against you because Aatrox is completely spell based and about spell weaving, and then you just hit him 3 times with your E up. It's percent max health damage increases with each stack you get, so the more you stack off minions, the harder you hit. You chunk Aatrox and you dip before he can get his spells back up, and you're good to go. So, I actually wouldn't mind seeing the Hail of Blades tech. I think that'd be pretty good. Grasp is still fine. If you take Glacial, you're trolling your butt off, honestly, in this matchup because everything Cho'Gath has slows anyway. So just
Yeah.
don't
Joke
take
isn't out
that.
anymore, so.
I mean, you can still take Everfrost. I think that's fine, even with Hail Blades or Grasp. It's not bad. I don't think you need Glacial plus that to do anything.
It's a Gore Drinker Aatrox tech. Let's see it.
Potentially.
Okay, looks like we'll be starting to draft very soon here.
Yep.
Captains are ready soonish, it appears.
Yep. Here we go.
And, all right, let's see who will be picking what champ. Prediction is that Renexia will be taking the action here. Nico Nikari maybe swapping top lane for the Cho'Gath versus Aatrox. Have Renexia pay the action mid versus Azir. I'm still not super familiar with how action works. Since I did take a bit of a break from League of Legends for just a bit, and I haven't really seen action too much with.
I have not personally said I've seen Action a ton. from what I know of the champion and how he plays, is his early like first few levels are incredibly strong because of his passive. He just ends up getting a lot of free true damage. So there's that side of it. And then once he gets a lead, he becomes very, very oppressive. But from behind it, he does feel a lot weaker. Yes.
You might need to change the teams on the text files.
Thank you. Yeah. We didn't take a break. We didn't do our normal intermission, so I had forgot. Thank you very much.
It's all good. You have time right now. It's a 3-minute delay, anyways.
We'll take it around here. So blue team is.
I feel like we can take that.
I have to do a bunch of.
We can take that break.
For actually, all of you watching, don't put in the future. Don't make your name 5 letters because it breaks the graphics.
True.
All
cringe.
Of them. It is indeed. That would be a good word for it.
Cringe, Kappa.
Is a very cringe.
Yeah, Renaxia is on the action on here actually, so looks like it will probably be a lane swap with Renaxia going mid, Nico Re going top.
Yeah, I'm just changing up graphics here, so excuse my silence. Getting everything
I'll talk over the draft
as it should be. Yep, go right ahead.
Yep, Concow now picking up that Ashe in the bot lane. Only really punishable by hard engage, which is Jinx Pike here. So pretty solid matchup here for the side of Korean OpenGG. And looks like Client bug, so maybe draft might have to restart here. Unlucky.
Yep, that's not a Zed, so we are probably gonna get a dodge.
Zed. Okay, Zed 99. Let's see it. If we want to, we can take a break here while they actually just do the pick and ban again.
Yep, that's what we'll do here. So we'll be back here after pick and ban concludes.
All right,
and then we'll be back.
See you guys.
All right. Bugs are fixed. Welcome back, everybody. And the draft is concluded. Finished. Dunzo.
Yep.
We got I'm hoping we're role swapping here, where we're sending Nico Ri up top lane, and then Akshan Rednexala ends up going mid lane. Cause I don't want to see Cho'Gath into Azir.
That's not ideal.
I love Cho'Gath, but that's bad, and you can't play the game unless you build full AP, and then you're useless.
Gotta go Predator Cho'Gath.
Please, please no.
Actually, with the Predator buffs could be possible, but probably have to go Cho'Gath jungle at that point.
Yeah, I'll say if you're playing Cho'Gath jungle, that might not be terrible.
Yeah. I would probably go Predator if I was going Cho'Gath jungle. Sounds like a tech. Well,
doesn't sound
bad. I don't really know how well he would clear, but
he didn't clear that great to begin with. You'd have to do like a Tiamat thing.
Yeah.
Even with his E having AoE, you just don't do enough damage. You have to build AD first and do AD Cho'Gath jungle. I would not recommend going AP Cho'Gath jungle. Your early clear would just be way too bad. Be actual garbage. But you're very healthy in the jungle, so there's that part of it. So, could certainly be viable with the right build path and the right team comp, but I think very niche at best.
Yeah, if you're playing Cho'Gath jungle, probably just go Ornn. Honestly, Ornn jungle at that point.
No, I think Cho'Gath still would have better clear than Ornn.
Ornn clear is actually pretty good, if I recall, honestly, because of brittle. It's really good. But when did they change my Q cost? Were we playing Jinx? Well, Jinx was OP a long time ago, so to make her less OP, they had to change something about her. But now, she's good, but not OP.
She's fine. The big thing with this team is like, I'm trying to find like a way this team for Krog works together.
Kill them.
Yeah.
And then if someone dies, Akshan kills everyone, and then his homies gets revived. 5-hit.
And then I look at the other side, I'm like, wow, you know what that looks like? That looks like a lot of good team fighting champions, Devin.
Indeed.
What do we like here at the PSU LCS, Devin? Team fighting. We fight a lot.
It's about Tatakai, as I say.
Tatakai.
It's Tatakai. Back in the day, when Dom and I were on the same team on the
literally a year ago.
Les Savant, all we did was pick team fighting.
Yeah.
Not really,
Shen
but
support,
pretty much did.
Back when you could rush Locket on Shen jungle and build Knight's Vow, and it was actually good. Those were the days. You get two Lockets on one team.
Shen, Sejuani.
Occasionally the Skarner thrown in there. It was a good time. Good time. We are in the game, however.
Let's get going.
Maybe. There we go. I don't
know
why
your
that's such a...
might be delayed. Maybe speed up for you.
I'm gonna delay it a second. I'm good.
Are you at 20?
21
now?
22.
Okay, we're good. We're good. Okay, I'm slightly behind you actually, even, but it's not a big deal.
Yeah, it's fine. Looks like we might get a little bit of an innovate here. Is the 3-stack from Krog or Monster into Krog? Yeah, Codfather choked.
Attempts of it, but just departing.
Yeah, my goodness, there's just so much for this Ivern and Lulu to work with this game. This is gonna be terrifying come mid game if Monster's not ludicrously behind, and it is gonna be Cho'Gath top lane. Thank goodness gracious.
Let's see this. Press E on a little bit tussle here.
Oh, but Q start for Cho. Not what I would go in this matchup, but hey.
Minions have spawned.
I think E start in pretty much every melee matchup is just preferred for Cho'Gath at this point in time. They buffed his E a while back, so it had way better scaling, so you can actually max it first in melee matchups. I would still probably max Q in this matchup, but the E start lets you trade level 1 very effectively.
Indubitably.
Just a better level 1 ability. Like, Q is not going to give you all that much early, whereas E will let you out-trade Darius level 1 if you play it correctly. Just one of those champions.
Yeah. So, Bot lane, the lane will be predicated on Hungry Hawk being able to hook onto either one of the homies and then get that chunk off. But if that doesn't happen, we'll just get chunked out over the laning phase with Ash Lulu. Very, very impressive if not punished properly.
As Nico, I think, playing the Cho'Gath actually too safely into the Aatrox at level 1. Yeah, this is a winning matchup for Aatrox in lane, but it's not. The level 1 isn't this atrocious, so...
Well, if he has E, it's actually a ball playable, but...
If he has E, it's actually winning for Cho'Gath, because you just out-trade.
But he is essentially being filled
Yeah.
in this game, so I can't really blame him too much. He's
I'm
still
hoping,
playing that
this
safe
man plays literally
front
all...
line.
We have the same champion pool. It's like a nice mirror thing. As Hungry Hawk does find Concal. Good flash away as
Good
Hungry Hawk
flash.
in
This
some
might be a
trouble. Has to
return.
flash away himself with the heal as well from Nightlark. So while you do burn 1 Summoner for Ash, it's still 2 in return. Flash and a heal out.
Yeah, good return on that. The Guardian and the E from...
Yeah, I mean,
multiple.
Concal taking Quiver on 2 instead of Hawkshot. Nice, like, holding that skill for the incoming fight, for sure. As normally you do see Ash go the Hawkshot at level 2 to get that extra information.
I think
Concal.
competitive, honestly.
He's in trouble here. Yeah, walks in the trap. That's a solo kill. That's like double, not solo kill, but 2v1 bot lane for sure. All Too Cool's also gonna die here as well. Nightlark
Oh!
speed.
Timer Tonic? What the heck? No, he has Timer Tonic, by the way.
Crossy Pizza also in trouble here. Is Redneck Slug getting a good trade? All Too Cool, good dodge.
Okay, let me check if he has Timer Tonic. Please tell me. Please say no.
On Jinx or on Lulu?
Lulu has Timer Tonic. I am...
Rip. Mikey Milk looking. for
Okay,
the
lands the
Popsy.
Q.
Lands the Q, heads over top. Gets a bush for some stuff. Nightlark first over flash, but oh, Hungry Hawk's here. Mikey
Ash is here
Milk
as well. So,
is fine.
yeah.
Summoner burn though, if it flash for flash, honestly favors the side of Monster Energy team. So should be pretty happy with that though. Definitely much stronger start from Krog, even still. About 500 gold, the difference between these two teams already, as top
crazy.
lane is an absolute kingdom. It is not close. As Redneck Law also
Redneck's,
double
yeah.
move. The trade has the solo kill on Krusty. The Ignite ticking down, and that
Takes
is in the 1v2.
That's a
And might be able to
1v2.
get this out as well with a Triumph
1v2,
healing.
baby.
Mikey Milk going low. Double kill for Red in mid lane.
And he makes cannon. Never mind. He's a terrible player.
And he missed his cannon, so it's all for nothing. No, great play by Red. Showed us why he used to be the
Super top.
one of the super tops of PSC LCS back in the day. Is Codfather
here.
gonna look to make his move top side.
Solid puller.
Good Q from Nico Nikari. Lichy Rain with nowhere to go. The good flash follow.
Boom.
Probably didn't need the second, and another kill over to Krog, making it happen early game.
Good early game aggression, punishing those extended lanes actually in this.
Yeah, saving Nico Nikari top side quite literally.
Akshan, well, Ivern and Zero is a kind of a Pega duo 2v2, so not the
Akshan
greatest.
Also, OP broken in early levels.
Great skirmish, so yeah, great skirmishing power. So does play that fight wonderfully, and that 1-2 misses the cannon, but you know sometimes you lag a little bit at PSU, so it's all good.
Minus 95 for a plus 600 is definitely not a bad thing.
Now Cannon Mania mid is like 55 now, right?
Oh yeah, right. I forgot they nerfed that.
Yeah.
I don't play mid anymore, so I wouldn't know.
Terrible roll.
Yeah.
No copium.
Dog roll. I don't like to babysit my jungler. What do you mean? Anyway.
Yeah, happens. Yeah, but so far, I mean,
This is what
this game, very good early game aggression and a bit of misplay. Not really understanding that. Can't really do much against Akshan as Ivern is here, even if I mean if they're both full health and Akshan is speed, get a chunk out. But
I mean, this is what you need to see from Krog. This team is not going to fight well as a unit. Come mid
great
late
skirmishing
game.
comp though.
Great skirmishing comp, yes, in 2v2, 3v3 in scenarios, but once you start getting all the Lulu buffs and all the Ivern buffs onto an Aatrox, onto an Azir, it's going to be
on Ashe.
and on Ashe, yeah, very, very difficult to play the game. So, I think we're going to
Trying
see
to
a
the
little
roam
bit
here.
more than a few hundred. Yeah, Redneck's a good roam, but Rain though does find the E in. Good. Cube making a but Renexala misses it. Has the execute damage and Renexala on the killing spree with the roam top
Good roam.
side. Very well played.
Very good roam. Not really respecting it. Probably not caught out or not paying attention.
Probably not, no. Ooh, good hook on all too cool.
Guy here.
The shield, but yeah, that's
a frag.
Very nicely done, Hungry Hawk. Grabbing that one.
That's yours here.
Yeah, Concal can keep looking, walking up with the slows. Doesn't get hit by the W, but with Crusty Feet to here, should be away. Concal going very low. The Hungry Hawk able to grab the kill as Nightlark gets the excitedness. Crusty Pizza not able to find anything off the ulti, and it is just not looking good.
Not the Emperor's Divide they're looking for.
Nah, Crusty Pizza definitely, I think, miscuing there. Trying to change targets on a Hungry Hawk instead of Nightlark.
Misinput.
So, yeah, Hungry Hawk definitely doing his part in this laning phase, landing the hooks to make it happen. The Bone Skewers. I think not enough respect being paid by All Too Cool in that department.
Okay.
Ooh, Crusty Pizza looking forward.
One more soldier. Nice.
Nice. One more, and good job on that one. And Lulu gets the assist money for putting up a shield.
Let's go.
Very nice done. Oh, but will All Too Cool overstay? We got
Akshan
two men running down.
And
has a speed boost. And they're out of here. Very nicely called. And we got Concal picking up that wave mid lane, getting the XP. Very nice fluidity.
We'll be taking that Drake.
Yep. So they do get the pressure on the Drake. 1.5k the gold lead. Very solid. A lot of this being on, you guessed it, the Akshan. And the Jinx actually having a fair 400 gold lead. Otherwise, it's just small leads in every lane. Small leads in every lane adding up to the 1500. So very evenly distributed. And we're going to have to see if Krog can continue to accelerate this gold leader if they fall behind. Because, again, it's one of those, I wouldn't say ticking talk comps because you really don't have that hyper-scaling super carry necessarily on the side of Monster, but it's certainly one of those teams that I would not like to go up in a 5v5 against.
Indeed. Lishirain still applying tons of pressure even down to 0-0. It looks like Akshan and Trun.
Oh, it's a Fairy Charmed Cho'Gath.
Akshan might be looking for play here. See it.
Yeah, Trundle
and he's off. Yeah. Calls out the missing in action. Very good. To depart from Aatrox here.
What is this?
Maybe he's in a good spot.
This Fairy Charm's just throwing me for a loop because Cho'Gath passively restores mana with his passive. For hitting minions.
Not sure.
I feel like you just... I feel like that's a
oh,
little
good.
That's a little grief.
Has.
It's okay.
4 mana on the bot side.
Looks like they're going to look for the dive here bot lane. Not necessarily a bad idea, but this Pyke is a slippery sucker. So do have to be a little bit careful. And now we come to a bit of a lull state. As I said, Lishirain looking for the 1v1. Is silenced. Thinking you're going to dodge out of that. Finds one more speed slot. Has a third, but not going to be able to get in range just yet. So Akshan.
So far ahead of you. Hold on.
I'm 1030.
Yeah, I'm 1033 now. 4
I'm
5.
1037 now.
7? Okay, speeding up.
I love League Client, dude. It's so great. It's just a well-engineered, oiled machine. Truly a marvel of our time. Oh, caught for the great
good Prelude.
Mikey Milk definitely going to have to be careful here. Does have the Lishirain here to help.
Rupture.
Daisy, they're looking for the 2v2. World Eater doing not much at all as the ulti from Codfather just kind of hamstringing the Aatrox. Lishirain just forced to back away. However, no flash burn, so not too terrible as Concal caught out another good flash, but can they kite away? Polymorph onto Hungry Hawk as there comes the Enchanted Crystal Arrow. Nightlark trying to get away with the heal, but the slows just too much. And that's the kill for Concal. Now Hungry Hawk into trouble, shuffled back into the enemy team. Grabs the E, the flash, but it doesn't cancel auto attacks, my friend. And a 3v2 bot lane. comes up very well in the edge section. Concal outplaying side of
That is a League
Frog.
Club president. All right. El Presidito.
Yeah, and he's gonna be able to get a lot out of this. This is a big wave that they're gonna be missing down for Nightlark. And is Nico remaxing E or Q, I wonder?
Let's take a look. It will be the Q max here into the E now.
Good. Actually, if you're maxing Q, you might as well max W. I think you just max W second. But user's preference.
They all kind of work.
The secondary max on Cho'Gath isn't really that super important. I just max W into Aatrox if you're going more the... If you max Q, generally speaking, you're expecting some kind of AP. And that normally benefits off your silence, but I don't know.
Okay, Akshan looking for an angle. Renexia.
Good
You're gonna
spot
shoot
play,
that with
but
the
is it
gat.
gonna be enough?
Ah,
Shield?
Okay.
Enough, but not for the execute damage.
Tons of damage.
Yep.
Okay.
And this probably looking to be a Herald play top lane as Gucci Raid quite low. Does not have the TP either, so actually it's gonna be a reset here.
Oh, with the Kraken Slayer Ash in this game actually.
I kind of like this after the Ashe 2 nerfs. This is the damage Ashe build. It was still fine beforehand, just shield bow gave you so much survivability. It was just kind of the why wouldn't you take shield bow kind of looks. However, I do like the Kraken Slayer quite a bit. If you're looking to be that damage carry, you do a ton of damage off of auto attacks and attack speed, so very good.
Can still go that shield bow build this game. Wouldn't be bad for sure. What's in a bit lower value, cause not much AP on the team, but Kraken Slayer still great for the attack speed.
Out, looking forward. Bone Skewer missing. Your Hawk has to E away. The Gold League kind of been stabilized here around 500 for quite a while. As we get on, just kind of waiting for this dragon to be started up by one of these teams. Frog definitely gonna be looking for it as they've already had that first trick stack. They still have a fair bit of pressure mid lane, a lot of pressure mid lane. Bot lane a little bit less so.
Nexia is here.
This turret, good shuffle back, but Codfather has the flash. Crafty beats us. Nothing else. We have been looking for the trade. Codfather though, too much healing to tank his deal with. That will be another kill for the side of Frog, as well as some turret damage, and the turret itself, Mikey Milk, in trouble. No flash, no escape. Akshan taking that one down.
Huge.
Nice and easy.
5-0-1 on the Akshan.
Ooh,
Looks like we have
Nico
Leisha
in
Rain.
trouble. World Ender popped a little bit too close to tower. I don't think he's gonna be able to get too much out of this. Nico still does have the feast, so can't take up too many tower shots. Without Cho'Gath being in lethal range, and now possibly mid lane tier 2 as well for Red Nexia.
Doing so much work this game on this Akshan with the lane swap here. Having absolute confidence in him to be able to just play that Akshan and just kind of do very well with these roams and with all these fights. So we have Akshan up in the top end again. They're looking for angle here.
You does see him. Trying to get away.
Is that a kill? Wow.
Oh my
Actually is a kill.
goodness. The damage. This guy is
Not even fully mythic
no
actually.
mythic.
Yeah. Looks like we'll be
Balanced champion.
probably that Kraken Slayer or Gale Force. Not sure just yet. Not sure what the meta build is not even on this champion. So
They can
we'll
either
see.
try this game.
Can't go for the Gale Force without one shot potential though. Not bad because you kind of play Akshan like an assassin even, and Gale Force does give that innate movement
like
speed. Very well.
This is why the Cho'Gath is your matchup is just unplayable. There's nothing you can do. Codfather gonna try to make himself a change in that department. Concal, speed boost, able to run away. No more bone skewers hitting the spot lane for the time being.
Will be the Kraken Slayer build for the Akshan here.
Yep, just
Go
go
for
full
that.
damage.
Yeah, going for the Collector next here too.
I'm not sure if I agree
Gonna-
too much with Collector, but I think it's fine.
Considering the style he wants to play, even though mathematically it's probably better to go like
They're gonna
Lord Dominic's, but
it's much more incentivized for him to go Lord Dominic just because everyone wants to itemize armor. Cho'Gath is not outputting enough magic damage to really warrant itemization.
Yeah.
Especially from the state he's currently in. So I feel like everyone's incentivized to not only build some type of armor, but also like Ninja Tabi and all these other things that really hamstring collector builds. So.
But this is Serrated Dirk is a great way to slow mo early. So might not be the most optimal build, but it's very common nonetheless. Looking for that Leechy Rain, but does get that reset off here. No real objectives coming up for quite a while, so it might be a low state here unless they can kind of pick on anyone, but this greatly favors the side of red team. They just kind of chill, farm up, wait for the next objective. Can't even give up that soul point if needed and just bank on the actual soul fight in about, what, 7 minutes or so? Assuming they take on the spawn.
Still almost a 4k gold deficit, certainly hard to overcome. And Leechy Rain taking this fight from 2 levels down, doesn't find either of the first 2 sweet spots or the third, Renexla. But just a counter does a lot of damage, but Leechy Rain going to be totally okay. So
Leechy Rain has that Ninja Tabi bias. That arrow
Ooh,
somehow
arrow
hit, but...
hits. Nightlurk in trouble, has to flash, but it's a damage Aster. He attacks the turret as well, just for the BM as it's solo kill comes through top lane. Conk out back in, great. Wild growth from all too cool. Hungry Hawk in some trouble now as well as Renexla. Still looking onto Mikey Milk as the kill came through for him onto Aatrox. And yeah, I mean, Akshan's just too big to deal with alone at this point in the game. There's just nothing you can really do in that department as Concal really wants to finish off this turret. Finds it, looking for Hungry Hawk. He's a little low on HP though.
Tower for the side of red team, Monster Energy team here, so.
Some very much needed gold back into their pockets for sure. Okay, clear this next wave out and probably rotate up toward this middle lane, start trying to siege down onto that tier 1 mid that's been pretty much untouched thanks to Akshan's pressure.
Yep.
Riftheld though still
Drake
inventory for
has spawned.
Godfather.
Or Drake will be spawning very soon here. It looks like Godfather's.
Yeah, in trouble. Mikey Milk does the smite down. Is going to grab the buff regardless, but it might just be a donation over to Godfather if it's too much. Nika as well, fending off Ichi Rain top side. Looking around at Trundle, who's going for the kill. This cam is so trolled by League. As Leechy Rain not going to find Nika has the flash, dodge the first Q. Second Q not going to hit, is still too slow. Grabs the W, hits Nika. He's locked up, taken down. Krusty Pizza claiming that one. And Red Nexala in the bot lane this time around. That's a lot of gold back over to the pockets of Monster Energy team. Down to just a 2k gold lead now from almost 5 beforehand. As Hungry Hawk in company, possibly trouble. Concal walks out of the Hungry Hawk. He is just so strong.
Concal has had enough, indeed.
Permanently invisible, by the way.
Has that flank angle here, potentially looking for that frag onto Concal.
A very ill-advised Dragon Star. They do not have the information to know that Akshan's behind them, and they have 2 villains.
Spare solid.
On a Nightlurk. Red Nexala shows himself. The arrow does hit, but there's no follow-up damage to be had just yet. Leechy Rain teleporting in behind him.
Looking for the angle.
Going in onto all too cool. Can't find it yet. The Dragon goes down to Godfather. In fact, the shutdown coming in for Ash, but Concal cutting away, has the Iron Shields, does he have the damage? The knockup, not going to be enough, another bit of damage, Nika try, but he's unkillable. Who needs shield bow when you have damage, my guy? Concal will pick them all up. And
Concal
getting everything
Panhandler,
but the dragon.
Okay, Hungry Hawk looking for an angle here, but...
Concal doesn't see him, man. And that's 1,000 gold.
Who's shopping? Concal. Oh, another fight here, actually.
Rain in trouble, potentially. Has a lot of healing. Nightlurk stuck up, isn't taken in by the chains, and now Leechy Rain forced to go on the defensive. Has Mikey Milk, flash forward, gets the Gore Drinker. That's enough. That's the Iron Shields, baby. Deceptively tanky when you have 2 supports and 2 quick kills over to the Aatrox.
Yeah, Concal channeling Panhandler, the hope of Inae's Ash prowess in that fight right there. I'm sure she would be proud of it. Also, come up beginning caught out here.
Yeah, I think she's dead.
Okay.
Oh, he auto-attacks the...
Yo, someone block for her? Okay, someone block for her.
Nice. Red Nexla, I think misplay there. If he would have auto-attacked Lulu instead of the crab, he would have proc passive. That's probably a kill.
Yeah, potentially with
Instead,
the collector.
yeah. Collector plus ultimate, man. Instead, it's just going to be Lulu walking away.
Not bad so far. Honestly, Renon's is good here, but PD might honestly not be bad either here. For that movement speed, for that extra kiting and damage. But definitely Renan is very, very solid considering that they have, I mean, 2 to 3 champions that kind of function as a melee with Cho'Gath and Trundle, and then Akshan and plus Pizza.
Very late Herald here at 22 minutes.
It's what they call the second Herald.
Yep.
Dopamine Herald is what I call it.
Like milk. CC's back, but the turret will live. There's no further stage to be really had here. Nightlark not in the area, and really not much of a factor in this game. 1 and 5 on the Jinx, certainly not the most stellar performance thus far as Renexla.
Got spotted out there by the sweeper, yeah. Oh, that Chemtech Putrifier is now purchased. Very solid build here, actually. The Ivern.
Solid B. Crusty Pizza needs to be a little careful here. Has Lich Rain
Hey,
up from
Lich
behind.
Rain.
They're gonna look for it. Arrow not gonna find
And
anything
Dipping.
as everyone has 6 dashes. Sorry, Ash, you
Just
have been out
walked away.
timelined.
Just walked away. Nice.
Yeah, so just gonna be waiting on those cooldowns back, but Concal already almost half back on the Enchantress here. Very low cooldown at this point in the game. Red Naxxla.
I'm not still looking for the Woodson, I think, next.
I'm not sure how much I like Wit's End necessarily here, but each their own. Certainly still has its perks post-nerf. And late stage game actually better than it used to be. But we're not sure how much it benefits Akshan over just going an Infinity Edge or Lord Doms for more pen or something along those lines. Ooh, Red Naxxla spotted out.
Departing.
He's got a cool ability that lets him dodge it out of everything though, so it's fine.
So at this point in the game, a little bit tougher here, but
Godfather, no support this time.
a pops
Actually,
subjugate actually.
Yeah, subjugate down. Concal though in the area finds it slow. The
No
root
subjugate
from
though.
Ivern, and yeah, subjugate not giving you too much stats from an Ivern unfortunately, as Hungry Hawk. Polymorph
This is
knocked airborne. Lich Rain looking for it, finds one, finds a change. Hungry Hawk has to burn the flag, as Lich Rain's still looking, going over the wall yet again. And a good pick there in the jungle, giving the gold lead over to Monster Energy Team for the first time this game. Still has to worry about that Soul in 30 seconds, but instead they're going to try to force the Baron. Very interesting plays. Again, Soul coming up in 30 seconds. They're going to have to do this one very quickly and try to force the fight without the Trundle on the map.
They should just turn.
Yep, they should definitely turn
Definitely
this.
want to turn.
Turning around, hook back from Lich Rain, gets pulled back. Akshan stunned up by the Enchantress Arrow. Red Nexla asks for the flash, tries to get away, does. No, the shutdown comes through, but via Concal, and now Nightlark trying to do it again to run away, but there's not much else to go. Hungry Hawk does what he can. It's low health bars by Monster Energy Team, but it's a definitive fight win.
Yeah,
the
this
red
is just a
side.
team comp at this point,
Yep.
honestly. You cannot team fight against his comp, Ivern and the Lulu. Including the Aatrox, they're 0 pumping up the damage. Concal, obviously, they're Runant and Kraken Slayer, almost at the Infinity
Yeah, Red
Edge.
also is not able to have any impact in that fight. Immediately got CC'd, had to try to dash away, and ended up getting ticked down by some follow-up auto attacks, winding their way over the wall.
Yeah, at this point, it would just be a slow burn for the side of Monster Energy Team. They will slowly but surely continue to outscale, and it would be very, very difficult at this point for the side of Korean Open GG to be able to come back unless they find an insane.
Gonna be
pick
relying
onto-
a lot on Hungry Hawk and Red Naxxla to really start getting pits and start getting resets on the pike to really pop off in a fight or a skirmish or something to really throw this game on its head. Of course,
It's just
Pike,
quite difficult because
Lulu Ivern.
Monster Energy has a triple threat comp with 2 enchanters. So, I mean, like, you can kill Concal, but Aatrox and the 0.
will still kill you.
Yeah, and they have a triple threat comp with 2 enchanters. So,
The only bright side of the fight is the Baron did not go down, so they did manage to stall the Baron. Ooh, Hungry Hawk. Fine, Crusty Pizza, but yeah, they're just gonna disengage. Not confident with the Lulu Ash there. Even Red, not too keen on taking that fight.
Bit of a chill state here.
Yep.
Neither side very interested in starting the Baron just yet.
Everyone misses their skill shot, so everyone's gonna walk away. Whew. Yeah, it's gonna be tense here. It's 2.5K in favor of Monster.
Yep, afraid to go on the side lanes, just A-ramming.
Yep, does not want to split up.
Forced engage here, looks like.
Going in. I think he's dead. Yeah, the reset comes through as well for Pike. Red can go follow up, and this might be the team fight that they were looking for, as Concal left all alone, as Azir, Ivern aren't even there. I'm not sure what Monster was looking for. Lichy Rain, my guy, that was pretty int.
I don't know what that one. That was a little bit Kappa. There's no obligation to try to initiate there when all 5 members are up and you can play for side lanes, especially. I mean, it's very difficult for you to necessarily do 1-3-1, but 1-4 is definitely doable.
You still need to overforce. Just force them off Baron, get your control, go sweep out enemy vision, force them to check into you, and then be able to follow up with this double enchanter comp with the Azir, with the Ashe, with the Aatrox. That is a beautiful situation to be in. But I mean, overforcing in the middle lane just into a Pike, into a very obvious Akshan and Trundle is just not the play. Especially without that much follow-up there. I believe Ivern and Azir were also trying to like check into the Baron area and had to be drawn to mid lane after that botched engage. So it was definitely
got a pause here.
Very miscoordinated.
Someone's got a fire drill? Oh no, someone's lagging.
Pause, champ.
Aatrox is lagging right now.
Classic.
Oh, more text.
Runs it mid, says I'm lagging. All good, team.
Dang. So this pause still going on, huh? Hopefully not, because I did see Nico retype in the chat and Kata there, so hopefully the pause is not too long. We do have a bit of a situation here.
Switch back over to live cam regardless, it's fine. But yeah, definitely an interesting situation here for these teams. Kill scores tied up. Luckily, no soul for 2 minutes here for Monsters. They don't throw away the entire game off of that mid lane kerfuffle. They are still down. The K in 1.3K. Not that much at this point in the game. 30-minute marker, you're 1.3K is, it's a lead, but it's nothing insane. Certainly something you can play with and try to continue to grow, continue to foster, but not something you want to rest on your laurels for. But
we're about to start back up.
Super misplay. Unlucky. By Lichy Rain just overforcing. I don't think Honkai was really in a position to fight that. All Too Cool barely got in range to get a wild growth off, so it was like really scuffed.
I mean, red team excels in having champions come into them rather than chasing with the Azir and Ashe.
That or having a clean engage just off the get-go with the Ashe or someone. But
back in the game now.
Yep. Should be just waiting here for the next minute, probably about a minute, before teams really start looking to fight over this next dragon and fight. I think if you're the side of Monster, I think that's just what you want to do at this point in the game, is set up for a 5v5 and take it away, as my game is entirely frozen.
Same.
Pog Riot.
My game is frozen. I can't do anything.
There
Okay, it's back.
And we fast forward. Ooh, Jab Crusader. Not going to find Codfather, so that cooldown. Going to be back up for Dragon Fight, but still down for now.
Anaxia finding pick potentially here. I remember being caught here, actually.
Is, really caught. I don't think there's any way he lives this. Just buy as much time as you possibly. Actually, no, I think you just run and die, dude. Just run and die, die fast. Die so you're up for dragon, Mikey. Just die, just die. Okay.
Okay, he's dead. 1 minute, we're chilling.
45 seconds, still over a minute left, so he's at least up before Dragon is Conk out. In trouble,
Conk
subjugate the pillar, saved by Krusty Pizza. As no.
Oh, he's good. He's chilling. He's chilling. He's piss chilling.
Hyper chilling. So now, Trundle.
Oh, Hungry Hawk looking for an angle here.
Red
Axiom
Axel here as well. Krusty Pizza.
Good E.
Oh, unfortunately, right into the hands of Hungry Hawk, and Red cancels that ulti, but this is not looking good if you're on the side of Monster Energy team. Buffing champions aren't doing too much against the Baron pressure right now, and they will grab an inhibitor. 16 seconds for Dragon, and
Soul will be lost.
yeah, I mean, you have to contest this. It's Mountain Soul, Cho'Gath, Trundle.
Cho'Gath chilling.
This has to be something you at least look to contest, but they're going to lose another tier 2 instead with the Baron. It was already low beforehand. Red able to do some healing, looking for Mikey Milk, trying to deny the smite, and he will. The Chad arrow also goes wide as Lucio Rain tries to do what he can, and now the fight has to break out now. Monster has to take this fight, or the game is over, but the CC's there, the Cho'Gath hits everything, and Hungry Hawk slays Concal, Aatrox down as well. It is just an absolute massacre of the red side. Krusty Pizza does find one in return, but it will not be enough to solve this game's problem. The second inhibitor guaranteed to fall.
And Mount Drake being taken right now. This game might be all but over.
Yeah, unfortunately we went from Concal to Crowny as some more arrows going wide in these team fights.
That's a hard arrow to hit though, to be fair. That choke.
We got a little reprieve here, but the Soul onto the side of Krog. No real armor pen besides a Black Cleaver for Monster Energy team. Concal already way too far in the build to spec into that just yet. We'll have to do it for a 5th item, and even doing that over something like the Guardian Angel, definitely a risky move in this situation.
Has that BT instead.
Yeah.
Isn't able to go down ODR just yet.
Definitely needs to spec in some armor pen now, though, that is becoming an issue. And yeah, this game is kind of on Red's shoulders. that's your damage dealer. Yeah, it's a carry performance. As he's gonna grab another kill here onto Lich Rain.
Wow, that's a lot of damage.
Yeah, this is not a 1v1 Zir.
Can't cancel TPs anymore.
Boy, wake up and smell the roses. That is not a fight you can TP to.
18-2-1. Unlucky.
Yep. That's Summoner Spell and Death Timer on the board now. And Red can just walk up because infinite invisibility is cool to give to champions. Red looking for the engage here. Gonna take a turret shot. Mikey Milk under turret. Doesn't matter. This man can do no wrong. The wily rogue. And there will be a final defense put up here by Concal. All too cool, but there's just nothing they can do at this point. The kill comes through for Concal. One return on Lulu, but the execute damage is there. Akshan revives his spell of Pike. Glitchy Rain gonna try to do what he can, but it will be the 1-for-1.
Okay.
Shuffle 2 into the fountain, kills the Cho'Gath, kills Red, gets 2 for the KDA, this padding. And that is a 1-1 day with Monster Energy and Korean Open GG.
Checking out the damage charts. Akshan did 39,000 damage. The next highest was Concal with 29,000. Very good.
Yeah, very nice early game from Concal. Extremely nice. And then some crowning arrows later. I mean, that fight mid just kind of tilted the game on its head.
Yeah.
You're in a very winning position for Monster. You've got the advantage. You've got the pressure. And then we coin flip the game in mid. And it just ends from there.
Indeed. That was a bit Kappa, to say the least. Yeah, it was 1-1.
Yes, it is a 1-1 end score. Well played, though, by mostly, if we're being honest, Red Nexala in game 2. Team on the back performance.
Akshan should be permanent banned. Not sure if I can do that. Interesting. So we have these games. Very well played for Renaxing game 2. Putting the game on, putting his team on his back. And was able to deliver that carry performance after being pulled out of retirement in this week. Yeah, that's it. I don't think we do have another game that's actually happening right now. I do believe, but will not be casted since we are casting this game first. So we have, looking at these games, we have a match on Thursday at 8 p.m. Death Cat for Cutie versus Pennsylvania University. Thursday at 9 p.m. Bang Energy Team versus PSU Washed. Friday, also on Wednesday at 9 p.m. we have Enron Gaming versus Midmox Team. On Friday we have Death Cat for Cutie versus Doom, which is Residence Team. And on Friday at 10 p.m. we have Monster Energy Team versus the Monarchs. So we could be casting those, we could be not. If there was any casters interested in hosting or streaming them, please feel free to do so. We will, and if you don't want to cast on the Penn State channel, that's so on your own channel, then you can use you can be a little bit more lenient with your own wording and be less PG if you'd like. But if you are interested in casting any of those games, please reach out. And if you need help setting up the stream, please reach out to Dom or myself, but preferably Dom because I am just running the PSULCS. Got things to worry about. So, other than that, I believe that is all from us, unless you have anything to add, Dom.
Not particularly. We're not gonna do interviews tonight. I'm gonna go. I have some other stuff I would like to do, so
You got dinner.
Pass that up. Yeah, Devin's got dinner. So,
all right.
Yeah, good games. Well played all. The 1-1 finish, definitely something to be desired. We would want to see these teams be close.
Good games today.
Yeah, very well played. That's going to be it here for us on Penn State League. Again, stay tuned throughout the week for more PSU LCS coverage, and we'll see you guys next time on the Rift.
Bye-bye.